All right, everybody, welcome back to Birds and Blues Sports. It is just me and Pete tonight. Pete is
You caught
I
yourself.
caught myself. I caught myself. We're getting there. Pete is sporting the Raiders hat, naturally, because it was Black Monday week. The regular season of the NFL has come to a close, and goodness gracious, did it shit hit the fan this week. 8 head coaching vacancies right now in the NFL. That is approximately 25% of the league. So that's a huge deal. The teams looking for head coaches are the Falcons, Chargers, Commanders, Patriots, Raiders, Seahawks, Carolina, and Tennessee. With the Bears firing a bunch of coordinators, the Giants firing a bunch of coordinators. A lot of coaching vacancies right now. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk a little bit about the Yankees because we have breaking news with the Yankees as we're talking. And we're going to get into Super Wildcard Weekend. So decent amount to discuss today. First things first, the breaking news from Jeff Passan, the GOAT. The Yankees and the GOAT, Marcus Stroman and the Yankees agree. Oh, excuse me. On a 2-year deal. Stroman's 32. Was an all-star last year. Had a really strong first half, kind of not so great second half. Finished with 3.95 ERA. Will more than likely be the number, 3 or 4 guy in the rotation, behind Cole. And, if the Yankees get Snell, because the Yankees have offered a contract to Snell, and my cousin sent me something that the Snell and the Yankees are continuing to work on a contract. They are talking through all the different specifics.
Let's get it done.
If it gets done, then we're in business here. I mean, that's the NL Cy Young. The Yankees would have both the NL and AL Cy Young on the pitching staff, along with Stroman, who's an all-star. That's 3 all-star pitchers right there. So at that point, if you could get a closer, we need a closer. We don't have a closer still. They're very, very interested in Hicks, Jordan Hicks, which is, very understandable.
Josh Hader, if you're listening, New York is the place to be right now.
Listen, the Yankees are going for it. The Yankees and Juan Soto also agreed to a record-setting arbitration-eligible contract with $31 million in the 1-year deal that they signed. It's his last year of arbitration. Hopefully that could be turned into a contract extension later this year. This way he doesn't hit free agency, even though I'm still pretty confident he's going to stay with the Yankees.
Back the brake truck up.
Stack, exactly. Especially since it looks like Snell may not be that expensive, which is kind of crazy. Because if the starting point's, 150 million, he'll probably go for 180. That's not a lot of money for the reigning NL Cy Young, which is a little crazy to me.
Boom. Sign us up. Let's get it done. So I'm reading right now, per Joel Sherman, that Stroman's average contract for each year is about 18.5 million.
Okay. I mean, it's only for 2 years. I mean, that's
with a third option. So
yeah, that's not a lot of money. So I love it. I was very against it at first, because this guy was a massive Yankee hater last year, and then had a complete 180 with his attitude, and made me question a lot of things. And I'm like, wow, this guy just shit on an entire fan base for an entire year, and then is begging to play for them, and then actually signs with them. And the Yankees at first weren't interested, and then the Yankees were like, well, wait a minute, hold on a minute.
Because he knew that, 1, he needs a job, and 2, he knows, oh shit, Yankees probably could use another starter. So why don't I get my attitude right and get in the pinstripes? So I think for a back end rotation type guy, it's not bad. I mean, like you said, You got the best pitcher in baseball, Garrett Cole, as your number one. Maybe you sign Blake Snell. Hopefully, we'll see what Carlos Rodon looks like this year. Um, then you got Clark Schmidt
He'd be a long reliever. He'd get pushed out.
and you got Nestor Cortez. So
I think if they sign Snell, which I'm actually pretty confident that they do, as I think Snell wants to play for the Yankees. And I think
he said he wants to play for the Yankees. So
he wants to play for us. The Yankees have already offered him a contract, but they're currently working on a contract. Maybe it gets done in a couple days. For as far as we know, Snell doesn't really have too many other suitors right now, and I don't really know why. This is the reigning NL Cy Young. Is it because he's an asshole? Like, I'm not really too sure.
I hope the biggest asshole.
Hey, you know what? Stroman's an asshole. So you know what? I think
so is Carlos Rodon, where it's Garrett Cole and the assholes.
Yeah. I mean, if they got Snell, the rotation probably be Cole 1, Snell 2, Stroman or Nestor 3, and then
Rodon 3.
They're not putting Rodon at 3. Really?
Rodon,
Over Stroman? Really?
yes.
Because I don't think Rodon's better than Stroman right now.
I mean,
Rodon hasn't shown me shit.
In pinstripes.
I don't care.
He was hurt. I'm telling you, Rodon was a legit number one on 2 different teams. He's not.
Well, you know what? He needs to fucking. That's why I think he should be the 4th or 5th starter to fucking prove himself. He hasn't proved anything to me. He's not better than Nestor or Stroman right now. It's not.
Nestor looked like trash last year.
Yeah, because he didn't know how to pitch with the pitch clock. Now he knows how to pitch. Maybe. Hopefully he knows how to pitch with the pitch clock. And Nestor was hurt a lot last year.
I mean, hot take right now. Clark Schmidt was arguably our number 2 pitcher last year.
Yeah, by default.
Okay, but he is better than.
Listen, I think
he was better than Rodon.
Listen, he was better than Rodon because Rodon was fucking shit last year. This is what I'm talking about. Rodon should not be the number 3 starter. As of right now, Stroman is number 3 as of right now. Lock him in.
Stop saying that. They need to go trade for Dylan Cease then, because I don't want to be a part of a Yankee team with Marcus Stroman as my 3rd pitcher.
Dude, he was an all-star last year.
Don't give a fuck what he was.
Listen, that guy has that dog in him, and he's bringing that dog mentality to fucking New York that we need. Pass over
special people. Garrett Cole is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Judge is a dog. Marcus Stroman is a puppy right now.
Oh, okay. Listen, that puppy is our 3rd best pitcher right now. So
I hope in June, I hope I can come back on here, look at you and go, all right, the D word.
All right. Dude, if he's in Yankee Stadium, bro, and he's fucking pitching a 6-inning shutout and he throws that fucking 7th strikeout in the 6th and he just goes,
well, then I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be,
because he does that shit just in the regular season with the do-rag under the baseball hat. Dude, the Yankees need that kind of attitude right now. We're too fucking soft. We're soft. We're softer than baby shit right now. We need Marcus Stroman on this team. So happy about that. Not much else going on right now in the world of baseball post the Dodgers being assholes. The Mets and Pete Alonso agreed to a new deal avoiding arbitration.
Alonso said he is not tied to Queens and that he
would rather play for the Cubs
or
the Pinstripes.
Oh man,
So, which could be a Scott Boras thing because Scott Boras currently has Juan Soto as his client as well. So, listen,
I'll
Pete,
take Polar Bear Pete.
I'll take Polar Bear. I mean, because at that point next year, I mean, Rizzo's going to be what, 34, 35? I mean, at that point, of course,
Give me Pete Alonso, who just tanks out baseballs.
I mean, he doesn't hit for high average. He plays average defense, but I guess he would be a really
Whatever. He makes up for it when he clobbers 50 homers a year.
he would be a good fit with the short porch. So, I mean, that would be I mean, he had 50, 55 home runs in City Field, and that is a pitcher's ballpark. So he would
Yeah.
probably hit
Yankee
like
Stadium is a bang box compared to City.
yeah, kind of agree. So, I mean, the Mets fans are kind of torn on him right now, and it looks like so is Alonso. He doesn't know if he wants to stay or if he wants to go somewhere else. Um,
Whatever. I'll take his 250 batting average and his receding hairline.
over an old Anthony Rizzo, I'd be stupid to, to
I
not.
mean, I love
Listen,
Anthony.
I love me some Anthony Rizzo too, but at that point, we're gonna have to put that dude out to pasture.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be next season. He'll be 35. So yeah, so let's win a ship. Send him out on top.
Yes,
Polar bear.
yes, I completely agree. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what's going on with the Yankees right now. Mets hoping that next time we do the show, Blake Snell is a Yankee, Jordan Hicks is a Yankee, and then we're fucking ready to roll. Start buying those jerseys. Let's be good fucking customers for Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner, and let's get going to Yankee games this year.
Right. So it'll be backwards, but this is the projected rotation. You're
Oh,
correct. Stroman.
wait, what did I say? That he be number 3?
Well, this is without Snell.
I don't
So
care.
look who's ahead of him.
Carlos Rodon.
Yeah. So if Snell goes there, Rodon goes there.
Didn't I say 3 or 4? Did I not say 3 or 4?
You said 3.
I did say 3. So I don't want to hear it.
He's gonna move to 4.
No, he ain't. He's not going to pitch behind Rodon. It's not going to happen.
He is. Oh, all right.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Bet you a chopped cheese sandwich at Yankee Stadium that Marcus Stroman is behind.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. I haven't been to Yankee Stadium in years.
Oh my god! This season I am gonna teach you, Grasshopper.
Listen, I haven't gone in a few years because I've hated them. I thought they've sucked the last couple of years.
We're gonna suck it up this year, and we're gonna get you to Yankee Stadium. Okay?
Good. That's
you a chopped sandwich, and it'll be life changing.
Good. It better be $48.
No, it's a pretty good price.
Yeah,
Best thing on the menu. 2 years, 37 million. Marcus Stroman.
It's not a lot of money for an all-star pitcher.
No, it's because he's an asshole.
Yeah, because he's a jerk. But you know what? The Yankees need a jerk right now because the Yankees need to be villains. We are better when we're villains. Tired of being the lovable, nice guys with Aaron Judge smiling all the time. Let's fucking go. Let's start. We need this shit. Tell me I'm wrong.
I hope Aaron Judge comes out with a do-rag this year.
If he comes out with a matching do-rag with Marcus Stroman, I will fucking do 30 million jumping jacks.
All right.
I'll get the pom-poms. Dude, I'll be full-on cheerleader.
Do-rag, and he's going to come out with full sleeve tattoos.
And a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
That is the Aaron Judge that we need.
That is the villain Aaron Judge that we need with the red lightsaber and the green lightsaber bullshit.
That's my god, evil. A cigarette. All right, let's get to some coaching vacancy.
Okay, well, coaching carousel started on Monday, but progressively got worse throughout the week. The Falcons fired Arthur Smith at midnight on Black Monday. They couldn't get rid of him soon enough.
Thank God. That fool trying to start with Dennis Allen with their handshake at center at the 50-yard line. My God.
Listen, if we want to get into that, we can, because I actually share the opinion of Shannon Sharp here. The Hall of Fame tight end Shannon Sharp. What Jameis did was bullshit. I don't care what all the people are saying on social media and how it's fashionable and cute and fun to say, "Oh, we just love Jameis and he did it for his teammates. He's a teammate play." Fuck that. That was bullshit. If you're Dennis Allen, that is the worst possible look for you. I don't know.
I'm not saying that it's not the worst possible look, but also I'm saying Arthur Smith, sack up. You know you're getting fired.
Yeah.
You should stop them. That end of story.
My problem was they were in victory formation. And so the defense is not ready. They're like, all right, the game's over. And then they run a fake, and then Jamal Williams runs in. So it caught them off guard. Like you could get somebody hurt like that when they're not ready. So that was my issue.
Next year when Jameis
is working for Barstool,
when he is not on a team or he's on a team and gets clobbered by somebody, there it is. Answer back.
Yeah. I mean, but when Shannon Sharp was like, I would cut him tomorrow. Like that's a loser mentality. I'd cut him tomorrow. I'm like, fucking tell him, Shannon. Tell him, Shannon. And then we got all these losers and all these talking heads going, this ain't to take, Shannon. This ain't to take. He's trying to, like, you're going to tell one of the greatest tight ends ever what about football. Like, people are just funny. Like, some people are just really funny to me. So that's just my 2 cents on that whole situation. But yeah, Falcons fired Arthur Smith at midnight on Black Monday. The Chargers fired Brandon Staley weeks ago. The Ron Rivera officially exits from the Commanders. The Patriots and Bill Belichick have parted ways. The Raiders obviously fired Josh McDaniels in the middle of the season.
Fuck McDaniels. Fuck you, McDaniels. Fuck you.
Seahawks, in a big surprise, Seahawks and Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's out, even though Pete Carroll fought hard to stay the coach. And they're like, Pete, you're 73. Like, get off the sideline. It's over.
Time has passed you by.
Yeah, it's time. Like, come to the front office. You're getting cold out there. Your wife is going to kill us. Like, just get off the sideline. So, Carolina, obviously looking for a head coach. They fired Frank Reich middle of the season. Tennessee, Mike Vrabel out as the head coach in Tennessee. Full-blown rebuild in Tennessee. New GM there, new ownership. Going to be a new look Tennessee. Look for D-Hop to be traded. Look for Derrick Henry to be elsewhere. Nick Saban in the college world retired. One of the greatest college football head coaches ever, if not the greatest college football head coach ever. This is a new era of football. I mean, we're talking major shifts. Major turnover. Dude, the NFL has turned into a full-on arms race. It is just get the best guys in as soon as humanly possible to just start getting to work. And you know what? We might see some more, because if Tampa Bay beats the Eagles, there's a lot of rumblings in Philly that Nick Sirianni is going to get canned because the players have lost all respect for him. There's a lot of rumblings in Dallas. If they can't make the title game, Mike McCarthy is going to be out. That's 2 more head coaching job openings. That would push it to 10, maybe by Monday, Monday, which is fucking crazy. I don't think I've ever seen 10 head coaching vacancies during the playoffs. So
no. Which one do you think is the most shocking?
The most shocking for me was Pete Carroll, because I thought for sure he was going to do one more year, because it looked like he could. I think Mike Vrabel being out was also really shocking to me.
That
Um, there was always rumblings that Bill Belichick and the Patriots were going to be done.
we knew that.
We
We
knew
knew that
that.
since we went to Germany that
Yeah, it was done. It was totally done. So yeah, I
yeah.
mean, probably Seahawks. It might be the Titans. I was very shocked to see Mike Vrabel go. I mean, because that's that he's probably a top 5 coach in football. I mean, that's how good he is. But I get
Yeah,
it. You know,
it's
it's a
just
new
a
GM.
rough yeah. He just I think with the Titans, I mean, he brought a lot of success for them. They finished, what is it? They're 2 years removed from being the number one seed in the AFC.
Yep, they were the best
So
team in football 2 years ago.
it's just 2 bad years, and you kind of saw the writing maybe on the wall. But I agree. I think Tennessee's going to have to bring in somebody special.
Yeah,
It's going to be a major failure on their end.
yeah, they got to do something. And uh, I don't know how many interviews have been going out. I think a lot of people are waiting until the end of this wild card weekend. That's just my opinion. That's why we haven't seen too many hires. I mean, no one's been hired. I don't even think any assistants have been hired. I think the Giants are the first team to hire any assistant. They hired the Raiders offensive line coach, your guy. They're the only team to hire anybody right now. If I'm correct, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're correct on
Yeah, I'm
that.
pretty sure. I mean, the Giants hired a new O-line coach immediately. So it looks in, they're trying to fill their defensive coordinator spot and their special team spot because Wink Martindale and his 2 assistants tried a fucking coup in the Giants coaching staff, and it's amazing that Brian Daboll kept the team together. And you know what? There was a reason why defensive players like Xavier McKinney were voicing their frustrations about Wink, like he's not being heard. I'm like, oh shit. All right. So Wink, peace out. Thanks for being a douche. Get out of my building. Fuck you.
Total power struggle.
Total power struggle. Like who does he think he is? Like him and his 2 fucking stooges legitimately thought that they only had to answer to themselves and ownership, not the
Yeah,
front office, not to the head coach. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are we doing here? So, very interesting. I'm glad that saga's over. Hats off to Brian Dable for keeping all that under wraps the entire year. Um, that's
yeah. They
just
brought on his twin to run the offensive
listen.
line.
He looks like his evil twin. He looks like an evil doppelganger. You know what? Maybe that's the key. Bringing everyone they all have to be bald and they have to have a beard, bald and beard. That's how you win in the NFL. Um, but yeah, I mean, which one of these spots do you think is the most appealing?
Mm. Well, I mean, there's three teams that jump out at me that are the most attractive. I think the weapons, the young weapons that Atlanta has,
Yeah,
that's a pretty spicy place
they just
to
have quarter-
belly up against the bar with and take over. Um, I think the Seahawks, they have a they have a the trio of wide receivers that they have. I think I mean they were a playoff team.
Mhm.
So and then I mean I'm gonna homer out and say the Raiders. I mean, minus not having a starting quarterback, I think with the weapons that they have, I think the Raiders are an attractive place. New stadium, it's Las Vegas. People want to fucking play with where they don't have to pay tax, right? So
Yeah,
that makes it attractive. And I'm gonna my 3A, my 3B is gonna be the Chargers, just specifically because of Justin Herbert. He's, I mean, that's the only team that needs a head coach that legitimately has what could be a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, he's that good.
So I think any head coach
Would love
with
it.
with eyes and a brain can see, oh, I could do something with him.
I think my three, definitely the Falcons. They got a lot of young talent on both sides of the ball. I just think they need a quarterback. I mean, I think they're one quarterback away from being a real serious team. Um, definitely Chargers, for Justin Herbert, and all the talent that's on there. There's a bunch of talent on LA. It's just the worst coaching we had ever seen.
I
Um,
Anything that hurts them, they're gonna have cap issues.
yeah,
But
they're gonna have cap issues because they already have all the talent. They're paying all their players already. Like they're ready to roll. Like they needed and they need a head coach. My third one may be surprising, but it really shouldn't be surprising, and that's the Commanders. I think the Commanders are an extremely they it might be the number one place right now. You have the number two overall pick. You have brand new owner again, and you have $50 million in cap space. You have they're gonna take their quarterback. They have money to fill out the team. That could be a team that goes from fucking 4 wins to 7 or 8 pretty quickly with the right guys in there. Um, I wanted to put the Raiders on this list because they got talent, they got a prime real estate. I just think unfortunately the Raiders it's just a two-man race. So like it's not really a hot commodity for other places or other coaches because I think it's just going to be between AP, Antonio Pierce, and Jim Harbaugh, and I think the rest of the NFL knows that too. So that's the only reason why I kind of omit them in my top three. But I think my honorable mention probably also would be the Seahawks, due to the talent that they have around them. They were a playoff team last year, arguably a playoff team this year by one, missed it by one game. But which teams do you think are the least favorable?
uh, Carolina and the Patriots, hands down, and it's not even close.
Yeah, I think it's Carolina number one, because you don't have the pick this year. Patriots, and then I'll throw Tennessee in there, because they're in full blown rebuild too. They don't really have a lot of cap space. They're paying D Hop a shitload of money, but definitely,
They'll ship him off.
yeah, they'll trade him somewhere.
Yeah,
Um,
I just think Carolina, no pick, your number one overall pick rookie quarterback
is a bust.
is I I don't want to throw the B word out just yet.
I will.
Let him, let, let him try one more season with nothing around him. Like this team traded away Christian McCaffrey and traded away DJ Moore, all pieces that could have been pretty helpful to a rookie quarterback. But hey, what do I know? I'm just
What do we know?
sitting at my dining room table right now.
I'm some stupid fucking fan from New Jersey. So, what do I know?
Why don't That's it. Why don't we just throw our names in the mix?
Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead. I'll fly out to Las Vegas. I'll coach the Raiders right now. I mean,
Listen,
my vast experience of playing Madden my whole life and Mighty Might football, Pop Warner, I'll be able to do this.
done. Let's go. Head
Done.
coach and GM.
Head coach and GM. Listen, let's just pick a team. Let's just pick a team. We'll take it all over. We'll have mentors. We'll have advisors just telling us what to do here, you know?
Yeah.
And then,
We're
we'll,
Antonio Pierce this year.
yeah, exactly.
He had no fucking clue how to coach a football team. He just called up old Tommy Coughlin and was like, "Hey Tom,
What do we do here?
give me the give me the cliff notes."
Give me those spark notes. Um, let's see. Nick Saban. Nick Saban retired. End of an era in college football. The reign of terror of Alabama. Pretty much makes college football wide open again, even though I don't give a shit about college football. I know Dan.
Let's give a moment of silence for Alabama because they are fucked now without the head coach genius. So moment has passed.
Moment has passed. My care meter has never been pinned harder at 0 for this. I just think Alabama's just always had the best recruiting class because of Nick Saban, so they've kind of just dominated college football. They haven't been good the last couple of years, but because we got the revival of Texas, Dan's team, UT, down there.
They've been good, but they made the college football playoffs.
You know what? Whatever. But they weren't up to Alabama's standard.
No, yeah, they weren't undefeated. They had one loss.
Yeah. Oh.
I just think, just imagine being like 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Oh, sign my letter of intent. I'm signing Alabama. Let's go.
What have they been committed? The wide receiver, 5-star, he decommitted.
Well, I saw good old primetime Deion Sanders and Shador Sanders.
Oh, recruiting.
They were like, "Hey, Alabama."
Hey, there. See that we want Rainy Dean.
Come to us. Come to us.
You think Deion ever coaches the NFL?
He said no.
No, he shouldn't. He's the perfect college coach.
Yeah, because you can get young kids to buy in.
Yeah,
with his attitude and mentality, young kids gravitate towards him. Yeah. I think with that kind of mentality, trying to bring that to a professional, like where men locker room.
Yeah.
Know how well that would be received. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think going with the Bill Belichick now is looking to coach still. He's in his
another moment of silence.
Yeah, no moment of silence for me. Fuck that guy. Fuck that team. Beat them twice in the Super Bowl. I don't give a shit about that team. And you know what? Dan would say the same thing.
Well,
terror over there.
Listen. Fucking Tom Brady fumbled that football.
Oh no, he did. Let's not.
He knows it.
Knows it.
Everyone knows it. If
they change
everything would change.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of fugazi things that happened. If they didn't happen, Tom would have 3 less rings. So
in alt universe, the Raiders, they won the Super Bowl that year. Also, alt universe, Marshawn Lynch ran it in from the 1-yard line.
Yeah, exactly. Also, alt universe, Kyle Shanahan doesn't throw the game to ensure he gets that job in San Francisco.
Oh God.
Where do you think Bill Belichick goes now? I mean, this is an older guy. He might have some suitors. I know the Chargers are interested, the Falcons are interested. But some of these teams, they're probably looking at Belichick and they're like, listen, you're one of the greatest coaches ever, but we don't know how long you're going to coach. Maybe they feel safer going with a younger guy from a different team that's up and coming, the new age of the NFL, because I still think Bill Belichick needs a strong offensive coordinator since he's so old school defensive minded.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think the Falcons are a really good fit because Arthur Blank is an old school owner. with an old school mentality for his Falcons. That's why I think the Falcons are a really great fit for Bill Belichick, who already have a good defense. They're just a quarterback away, and they would probably need to hire a strong offensive coordinator. But I think the Falcons are my pick for Mr. Bill Belichick here.
I think you're right. The only other team that I can see is the Chargers, just because of Justin Herbert. I feel like Bill is just licking his chops to get another premier top quarterback. And like I said before, Justin Herbert's that guy. He's top 5.
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. He had a rough year this year.
He played with a fucking claw on his hand. And listen, I'm a Raiders fan. I hate everything that has to do with the Chargers, with the Chiefs, and the Broncos. But got to give the devil his due. He is a dog.
He has top 5 talent.
Yeah.
He did not have a top 5 year. He has 100% as top 5 talent. And I think with the right coach, he can win MVP. I mean, he's that physically talented. He's that gifted. I mean, he brought them to the playoffs last year despite this coaching staff. Like he is the reason why they even made the playoffs last year. He's the reason why they were even in any games. And this year was a rough year for him. He missed a lot of throws this year. He had a hurt hand all year, and he had the worst head coach in football. I mean,
oh my God, not second
like,
worst head coach in football.
It was damn close. Because you know what? I don't know if I don't know. See, here's the problem. I think Josh McDaniels would have known how to use a guy like Justin Herbert because he has a history of using Tom Brady. I don't think Brandon Staley had any fucking idea how to do anything at all. So,
all right, fair.
That's
Brandon
my
Staley
point.
knew how to lose games.
Brandon Staley loved losing games. It was in his DNA to lose. So that's where I think here's the thing. We think Jim Harbaugh is coming out of college, right? We think he's done at Michigan, right?
1,000%.
1,000%. So he's only going to coach 2 teams. He's only going to
for the Raiders.
He's only going to go to the Chargers or Raiders. So if the Raiders pick AP, do the Chargers get Jim Harbaugh or do the Chargers get Bill Belichick?
Harbaugh.
Has to be Harbaugh, right? This is my thing. This is my problem. I don't think Bill Belichick is going to be as hot as a commodity as people think. I think they're going to look at him and go, this is this old dinosaur that is one of the greatest ever, but this is an offensive league now. And that's why he's going to end up in Atlanta.
How crazy. I know me and you were pretty dead set on either AP or Jim Harbaugh going to Las Vegas. What if Tom Brady?
I know what you're about to do right now, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Like, hey, Mark, I know you're making me partial owner of the team, and you don't have a son, and I'm going to be the successor for the Raiders after you die off. My man Bill is looking for a job. I don't know how I would feel about that.
I would hate it.
Oh, I don't know how I would feel about that.
Well, did you see that Tom Brady wrote on his on Instagram of I think it was a week or so ago that he was going to come out of retirement again, but his family threw him a surprise retirement party, and he said, "Oh, I guess I have to stay retired now." He was going to come out of retirement again in May.
He would have been my quarterback.
He would have been the Raiders quarterback. He was going to come out of retirement.
Oh my God. Do you think there's still time?
No. He's 40.
Hypothetically speaking.
He's 46.
Hypothetically speaking, Raiders pass up on a quarterback in this draft. Brady comes out of retirement. Bill Belichick's the head coach. Tune up the band one last time, and then we go get Shador Sanders in next year's draft.
Bring back Josh McDaniels as the OC.
No, Josh McDaniels can't come into Vegas with. He can't set foot in Vegas.
Good.
Good. I was just kidding. Bill Belichick's not going to be the coach of the Raiders. It's going to be Antonio Pierce because Antonio Pierce is a dog. And I think with the Raiders, it was all about a culture change. And what bigger counterculture to Josh McDaniels than Antonio Pierce? And the team bought in, much like they bought in with Rich Bisaccia after the Gruden gate.
Yeah.
They have their guys. Champ Kelly, GM, Antonio Pierce, head coach. They're there. Don't let them leave the building. I know Titans are very interested in Antonio Pierce. They have an interview set up with him. Head coach, I know you are licking your chops over there for AP as a defensive coordinator. Go get somebody else. AP, he's built to be a Raider. Just built to be a Raider.
I think it's going to be Harbaugh. I think Mark Davis is in full blown love after what just happened in the national championship.
Think that, and Mark Davis. The only thing that scares
loves
me
the splashes, man. He loves those splashes.
He says that the coach for the Raiders needs to be a big name.
Yeah, that's the Raider way. And unfortunately, Antonio Pierce is not a big name. That's why I think it's going to be Harbaugh. I think he's going to give him a fucking 10-year, $300 million contract to be the coach of the Raiders.
He's going to give him the Gruden special. 10 years.
You got to outbid his Michigan contract at minimum. And that Michigan contract is fucking gigantic.
What is his Michigan contract?
Fucking stupid. Let's ask Google.
I'm doing it right now.
Let's see if Siri knows.
No, he's not making that much money. $11 million.
All right. That's still a lot for a coach.
Gruden was making $100 million. So, where do you think? Because we agree that Vrabel is. You said he's top 5 head coach.
Yes.
He's going to be a head coach next year, right?
Yeah.
Where's Vrabel go?
Patriots. He goes back. I know the Patriots they really like Gerard Mayo there. He's considered their top candidate. They might promote from within. But
they did the interview because apparently they set up some sort of succession plan for the season, which I've never heard of that before.
But I think they saw that Vrabel's available and they went, hold on a minute, Mr. Mayo. So I think if Vrabel doesn't end up in Tennessee, Jesus. If he doesn't end up with the Patriots, I could see him going to the Commanders.
Okay.
That's very much if you're the new owner there and you want somebody proven that's been there and done that. And I think that's exactly what the Commanders need right now. For the Seahawks, I think Dan Quinn is going to be the Seahawks head coach. They're trying really hard to interview him after the Dallas game. So, yeah, I mean.
So where does Ben Johnson go?
Chargers. Because in my hypothetical world, the Falcons.
Hypothetical world.
All right. Falcons will have Bill Belichick.
Okay.
This is my predictions. This is the Zack head coaching carousel predictions.
All right,
As
let's
of
hear
right
it.
now, because we might get two more openings this weekend. The Chargers, I think, will go Ben Johnson. They'll probably want a nice young offensive-minded stud for Justin Herbert. Um, oh Lord. Um, Raiders, I think, will be Jim Harbaugh.
Okay.
Let's write that down. Patriots, I do think it will ultimately be Mike Vrabel over Gerard Mayo. I think uh who's their owner? Who's the owner's name there?
Kraft.
Kraft. I think Robert Kraft will. I think his heartstrings will be pulled too much. I think Dan Quinn will go to the Seahawks. Um, and then as far as the Commanders, Carolina or Tennessee, I got no fucking idea. I know Tennessee just wants to interview Mike Kafka, the Giants OC. They could fucking have him, but so I mean that's what I have right now because Carolina hasn't. I mean they've requested interview some people, but who the fuck wants to take the Carolina job? Who wants to take Tennessee job? I don't know who would take the Commanders job. So like I don't know who would take the Commanders, Carolina or Tennessee. So as of right now, the Zach predictions are Bill will be in Atlanta, Ben Johnson to the Chargers, Vrabel for the Patriots, Jim Harbaugh for the Raiders, and Dan Quinn for the Seahawks. The other three I don't know yet. We will update as the situation goes on.
All right, all right. So I'll give you the Pete Schmidt coaching carousel.
Okay.
Um, Jesus, I don't want to have to say this, but I'm gonna say the Las Vegas Raiders, their head coach is gonna be Jim Harbaugh.
I'm telling you, it's just gonna happen. They're gonna fuck over another interim head coach, and you know what? You know what? Here we go. I'll say AP goes to Tennessee. I'll
That's what that was my next domino. AP
I'll put that right there. I'll put AP. I'll pencil him in for Tennessee. I'll
because
ride
they
that.
they love former players. I think that's I think he goes there.
I agree.
Then I think uh I think Bill Belichick packs his suitcase for the bright lights of Los Angeles. I think he brings Josh McDaniels over with him as his OC, and they tinker around with Justin Herbert. Um, I think Gerard Mayo goes with the Patriots. I think that's already lined up, and they're gonna just clean slate. Um, I think Ben Johnson is gonna go to the Falcons because you're a quarterback away from having a legit offense. I think Dan Quinn's an interesting one. I don't know. I don't know if he leaves the Cowboys.
He's been looking for a head coaching job for a couple years now. He hasn't found the right one.
I think maybe you said Seattle, right?
Yeah, Seattle is extremely interested, and there is
That
some.
seems like a good fit.
You know what? I'm gonna change my mind here because you know what, I do think Gerard Mayo is the chosen successor, and I think they're gonna give him a shot. So I'm gonna change my pick to Gerard Mayo for the Patriots,
I
and
think Vrabel goes to Washington, the
yeah, and I'm
Commander.
gonna I'm gonna put Mike Vrabel for Washington.
Oh, look at us. We're just mind melting here. And
Well, that's what I initially said, and I was like, I can't have three fucking things not be filled on my list here. So now I just need to figure out who's gonna coach Carolina.
Frank Frank Smith.
Who?
Frank Smith,
Who that?
the OC from the Dolphins.
Mm, Interesting. Interesting. Not Steve. Oh no, they shipped Steve Wilkes out. Whoops. Um,
I
Frank Smith.
think
Okay. Yeah, you know what? He's gonna get a lot of interviews. I'll fine. I'll roll with that. We'll have some similarities and we'll have our differences.
yeah, I mean, the only thing we're different on is Bill and Ben Johnson.
Yeah, that's the only thing we're different on. Everything else we're pretty much the same on. So that is our coaching carousel. And
Hope I'm wrong, Antonio Pierce. Please stay in Las Vegas.
Antonio Pierce, please don't get the job there, and please don't get the job in Tennessee because you need to come home. You need to be in blue. You need to learn. You need to get your coaching acumen. You need to learn a little bit more. Come with your other bald-headed brethren over here in Giants land and give this defense a serious identity and just turn them all into no's. So that is our
There's
coach.
no dogs in New York.
Dexter Lawrence exists.
There's no Max Crosby.
Oh, they're not even the same player.
Doesn't matter. Max Crosby is the elite of defense. Because
Listen,
he is a dog.
Max Crosby was probably the best pass rusher this year, not named Myles Garrett. And Dexter Lawrence is the best defensive lineman in all of
Max
football.
Crosby is your defensive player of the year.
Yes. He should be.
He should be.
He should
Dude
be.
had tackles.
They might, it's probably going to go to Myles Garrett. I'm going to kind of be.
You're going to poo poo on my hopes
I'm
here.
probably going to poo poo on it, but I do think it'll be Myles Garrett, but it should be Max Crosby. But that's just me. So let's move on to the Super Wild Card Weekend and our predictions.
Oh,
The first game, Browns versus Houston. This is tough. I've gone back and forth a couple times here. I love the young studs in Houston. I love that
dude,
they're home.
we
But
don't have a problem. We do not have a problem.
I just think that those young kids need to learn how to win first in the postseason.
And they're going to do it this Saturday.
And I'm going to take the Browns because
don't do it.
I think Kevin Stefanski and Joe Flacco have been there and done that before. And I see those Browns pulling that shit out, man, and just teaching that young pup, this ain't your year.
The Browns get flushed down the toilet bowl this weekend.
Okay. I mean, a lot of money is on the Browns. So, Vegas might pull some shit to get the Texans to win so they don't have to pay anybody. So we'll see. 81% of the money line is on Cleveland. It's just Cleveland is a bad matchup for anybody right now. They fucking run the football. They have the best defense remaining in the postseason. And they have the defense.
Flacco is playing like a man possessed.
Joe Flacco is playing the literal best football of his life. Like, I really like I like the Browns to maybe make a deep run. I mean, they're just a horrible matchup for anybody. They have one of the best. They have the coach of the year. Stefanski's going to win coach of the year. Myles Garrett is going to win defensive player of the year. Joe Flacco should win comeback player of the year, but they're going to give it to DeMar Hamlin because of politics. Whatever. The guy
man died on the field.
I know he died on the field, but he doesn't play.
The fact that he played one snap of football this year, he died last year.
All right. I'm just trying to be fair to this old man here that was on his couch, Joe Flacco. We got to give him a little bit of love.
Oh, no, I give him a lot of love. He didn't die, though.
It's true. He didn't die on national television. So I'm gonna take the Browns, though. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Brownies.
All right, so split on this one.
We're split on this one. We got Miami versus the Chiefs on Peacock.
Hang on, buckle up.
Yeah,
on gonna be the coldest game in the last like 50 years.
-30 with the wind chill in Kansas City.
Currently looking at Yahoo, the over-under is 43.5. Hammer down the under.
Hammer that under. Dude, Tua, see, here's the thing. Tyreek Hill knows how to play in that weather. Tua doesn't.
Pass in that weather, though.
Tua cannot pass in that weather. There's no way on God's creation he's going to be able to pass in that weather. That is a Chiefs win all over the place. Easy money. Even though their offense is so shitty, they're not going to have to do much because Tua's going to shit the bed, and they're just going to run the ball with Isaiah Pacheco and throw it to Travis Kelce in the end zone, and then pan that camera over to the Golden Goose up there in the stands, and that's just how it's going to be on the Peacock.
On the CAC.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna go NFL pushes the Chiefs pretty far because they need T Swift on the screen.
Yes. Agreed. Next is Steelers Bills in Buffalo. I don't know how the Steelers made the playoffs, but Mike Tomlin
That's the coach of the year right there. Mike fucking Tomlin.
Probably should be, but I think it's going to go to Stefanski. And I think it should be Stefanski because of the whole Deshaun Watson saga, how they got Joe Flacco to come off this couch, how he kept the team together. I think it's easy. It's an easy pick for me. The problem is Mike Tomlin.
You have a quarterback. He's got Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, I mean, but you could also make the argument that Stefanski didn't have a quarterback either. I mean, he was throwing out Dorian Thompson-Smith, and they were winning games. So, I got the Bills at home easily in this one. I hope the Steelers can put up a little bit of a fight. You never know. Anything can happen in the NFL, but I think the Bills. Here's the thing: there's no TJ Watt for the Steelers, so I just think it's going to be a nice one and done, and the Bills take care of business in Buffalo.
Agree. Ain't nothing good in Buffalo. This game is not going to be pretty, but Buffalo gets it done.
Next, we have the Packers-Cowboys, classic NFL playoff matchup. Jordan Love started listening to the podcast, heard us shit-talking him.
Big listener.
Finished with 32 touchdown passes his first year as a starter. He is legit. I do not think he goes into Jerry World with the bright lights of Dallas. I think Dallas beats them to advance to the division round. I do have Dak Prescott and the boys with the stars on their heads.
Dak Prescott, if he wins a playoff game, he should be the MVP of the league.
He should be the MVP of the league no matter what. I don't understand why it's Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry. Lamar Jackson wasn't better. He wasn't even better than Jordan Love this year. He wasn't better than Dak Prescott this year. He wasn't better than Josh Allen this year. He wasn't better than a lot of guys. Because he's on the best team and he didn't turn the ball over. I mean, whatever. I really think you either have to give it to Dak or you give it to CMC, because that's just my opinion.
It's got to be Dak.
It has to be Dak. It has to. I'm a Giants fan. I hate the fucking Cowboys. I can't stand the Cowboys, and I hope they lose. But Dak Prescott should be the MVP. He's leading the league in touchdown passes. It's like that's usually how it goes.
He only threw 9 interceptions, and I'm pretty sure he had 9 interceptions pretty early, and he was like, I ain't throwing 10. And we were like, yeah, okay. Dude didn't throw 10.
Yeah. He had the best year of his career. But I'm going with the Cowboys.
Same.
Next, Rams Lions. Probably another really tough one. I think the Rams are a bad matchup for the Lions with Puka and Cooper Kupp and Kyron Williams. That's a crazy offense. I just love Dan Campbell in Detroit at home. I think they find a way to win at home. It's the first home Lions playoff game, and I don't even know fucking how long. That place is gonna be so fucking loud. I just I cannot I can see the Lions losing, but I think they're gonna win this game. I think they're gonna take care of business against the Rams and move on.
Yeah. Dan Campbell, what do we always say? He's got that team gassed up. The
Mhm.
Motor City.
And they are pissed off to no end because Jerry Jones in the NFL rigged that fucking game against them.
The
So
last time trying to I'm trying to see when the last time the Detroit Lions won at home in 1991 NFC divisional game in 1992.
wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's a long time. I
It's a
wasn't alive.
it's about time.
Yeah,
This is my
I
match.
think they win.
This is my matchup of the week. I
Yes.
think this
I
is going to be one of those barn burners. Look for the over unders 51 and a half. Hammer it off
hammer.
through the moon.
Yep. Agreed.
I can't wait for this game. This is going to be
That's the
my
one to watch.
of the week. Detroit Lions, book it.
Final one, Eagles in Tampa. Uh, with Dallas winning the division, the Eagles got the wild card, and they're going to fly all the way to Tampa Bay. They are hurt. They are sick. Jalen Hurts got a problem with his fingy. AJ Brown's got a knee problem. Didn't practice today. The Eagles players don't like their coaches and are calling different plays from their coaches. And no team that finished the season 1-5 has the last time a team that finished 1-5 and won a playoff game was in 2000. History is not on the Eagles side. I think Tampa Bay wins this one in an upset at home. I just think the Eagles are discombobulated. I just don't think their heads in the game. And it's pretty obvious their heads aren't in the game because when you get completely bitched by Tyrod Taylor and the New York Giants and you bench your starters at halftime because you got beat so bad that these are not the Eagles of last year. It's just not.
Upset of the week. Baker Mayfield is about to create a legend. We wrote him off, and
He didn't ride back.
he did not write back. You know what? Right back, he threw out the pens, the pencils, the crayons, the markers. He got rid of them all.
He set the classroom on fire. That's
Yeah,
what
he smashed the keyboards. Voice to text is not working. No communication. Baker Mayfield is going to get paid this offseason. And imagine Nick Sirianni gets the shit can.
he should. If I'm an Eagles fan and they lose this game, they should the whole coaching staff should be fired. I mean, they have been awful. Awful. I don't know how that they have won 10 games or even 11 games. I mean, I don't know how they won 10-1, but it was so funny when they went 10-1, everyone knew that this is not a real 10-1 team. Like this is fraudulent as shit. And you know what? A lot of people kind of got proven right, but the Eagles are the better team on paper. They are the better team. They went to the Super Bowl last year. They should win.
Push pushing.
They should
Push
win.
pushing.
Yeah, they should win this game on paper. They are favored to win this game. They are 2.5-point favorites. They're not going to win. I think it's going to be Tampa.
Listen, I just shout out to Michael Rizzo right now. I know he's going to be listening to this while he takes a shower. And I can't wait to hear his reaction to this, especially I want to hear his reaction after the Eagles game if they win or
Or
lose. He's a pretty level-headed Eagles fan. He understands that when they're doing good, they're doing good, but when they're shit in the bed, he smells it. So
yeah,
I'm
he lets him have it.
I hear this, but I'm gonna go with the upset. I think too too many variables. Away.
There's way too much shit going on in the Eagles right now. And you know what? The
Mike
Buccaneers have
Evans is
nothing.
gonna have himself a day.
Yeah, he's got nothing to lose.
No,
Nothing.
he's about to cash in Kansas City next year.
No. Right.
He's about to cash in. I mean, but wild, super wild card weekend, whatever the fuck they call it.
Super wild card weekend.
How about this for a stat? This is going to be the first time since 1998 that the playoffs don't include either Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. Wild.
Oh wow, that's right. Because Tom Brady was playing last year, right?
Yep.
That's right. Like I forgot he fucking went to the wild card last year.
26 years. End of an era.
That is a big era. I was a youngin. I was 2 years old.
Pretty wild.
It is wild. That is a long, long time. But yeah, I mean, especially with all this, we went through our head coaching openings and retirements and shit like that. Definitely feels like 2024 is going to be like a whole new era of football. Like
Changing of the guard.
total changing of the guard. And I'm totally okay with it because this fucking year was terrible, horrendous. Throw it out. Fuck everybody. Very excited in the future, obviously, probably around March time, when we can start prepping for the draft.
Drafts.
And, that's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a wild off season, wild draft season. I mean, football's ending, but it's just getting started, baby. The fun stuff is just beginning.
Football is all year thing. It's the best off season by far. It's the best. It's NFL's king. Football is just king, and they know it's king. So we'll have to see what happens here. But
All right, fantasy's over, but who's
fantasy
your
is over.
but you gotta who's gonna ball out this weekend? Who's your star player, star fantasy performer? Who's gonna show up and show out?
I want to go a little bit different here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Mike Evans.
Wow. All right.
Is that Eagles secondary from Jason's lips to God's ears? They have the worst secondary in all of football.
They do have a pretty bad secondary.
So I think Mike Evans and Chris Godwin just feast upon that secondary.
All right. I think this weekend marks the stamp and the arrival of CJ Stroud.
He's already arrived. I don't agree with that.
But he's rookie winning the wild card game.
You know what? He is what we were told Trevor Lawrence would be. But instead, Trevor Lawrence is Danny Jones.
Oh, don't do Trevor like that.
I didn't do Trevor like that. The stats did Trevor like that. Stop missing wide open touchdown passes.
Who's your upset player of the weekend?
Puka Nacua.
Puka.
broke all the rookie records, even though it's a little fraudulent. Because those rookie records were set in a 14 game season, not a fucking 17 game season. But whatever, kind of have to. Either way, he was a fifth round pick. The Rams continue to draft like these studs that they find these gems, man. That's why they're back in the playoffs, because Les Snead says, fuck them picks, because I'll find a star wide receiver in the fifth round and you'll fucking like it.
Basically.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's one of the better GMs in football.
Wild card weekend. My sleeper pick. It's not really a sleeper pick, but he's been MIA for the last half of the season. Old Travie boy is gonna find himself in the end zone for multiple tuds this weekend. So he's gonna do his little pose, check out the Tay up in the box. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Maybe I'll be so pissed because he did me so dirty in the fantasy playoffs. So is what it is, That's how the cookie crumbles.
That is.
All right, we're gonna wrap things up here. It was a nice, solid episode. Got a lot of content in there. Thank you guys very much once again for watching, listening, replaying. We'll be back next week to review everything that happened this weekend. And, maybe the Yankees get Blake Snell. Maybe the Yankees get Jordan Hicks. Maybe the Raiders get Jim Harbaugh. Maybe the Giants get Antonio Pierce. That's you never know. You never know. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. So with that being said, peace out, peeps.
Hoorah!